Hello guys, welcome to ChessTraps channel. Today I'm going to show you 6 different types of traps from the black's perspective where we can trap the opponent's queen. So let's start them one by one. Here comes the first trap. Now let's start Blackburne Shilling Gambit. It comes in the Italian variation where white plays e4 and we play e5. Now he attacks our pawn and we defend it, and after the bishop to f4, now he's putting pressure on our f7 pawn. So we will play a strange move, that is knight to d4. Now he will only grasp the advantage and he will try to put pressure on f7 pawn by taking our pawn on e5. Now he is pushing pressure on this f7 square and we will completely ignore it, and we will play a rare move, that is queen to g5. And now what he will think is taking by the knight is trapping the queen or the rook. We will get one of these, but this is a blunder. Why? Because after queen takes this pawn, we are attacking his rook, so he must defend it, and once he comes here we will take his pawn, and now this is a check. So there are two ways to defend it. First one is the blunder move, that is bishop to e2, and by this we are playing knight to f3, and now this is a checkmate. Why? Because the bishop cannot move because it is pinned by our queen. So the other move is defending by the queen, but now knight takes queen, the queen is off the board. So this is the Blackburne Shilling Gambit in the Italian variation. Now next, move to the next trap. So the next trap is same of the Tennyson one, but this time by the black's perspective. So it starts with e4 move, and now you will sacrifice a pawn e5. Opponent will obviously take it, and now you will play bishop to c5. Now he will play common developing move, that is knight to f3, and after this move you will play pawn to d6, or you can also play pawn to d5, and opponent can capture with the n%. And if you are playing in a bullet game, then it is perfect if you play a pre-move, that is knight to e7. So opponent may think that you have blundered your knight and he will take it, and once he takes, now he has only blundered. Why? Because of this brilliant sacrifice from the bishop, and after this brilliant move he will obviously take, because he cannot come here as the queen is winning, and once he takes you can grab his queen. So that's the beauty of the Englund Gambit. Now let's move to the next trap. Now the next trap is Falkbeer Gambit. So it starts with e4, e5, and now he plays c4 and you play d5. Now white will take this e5 pawn and you will offer one more pawn, and he will take it and you will grab it with the knight. Now you are defending this pawn, so he will try to create pressure by bringing knight to f3, and now as this pawn is, and now you will push forward and attack the knight. So after this knight is attacked, he will come here and attack your knight. So you will play a random move, that is developing the bishop, and now he will try to pin your knight to the king, and also he is attacking this knight by his two pieces. So again you will ignore all of this and play a random move, knight to f6. Here it is looking random, but it is a part of the trap. Let's see what happens next. Now he will take the knight, he will capture with the pawn, and now he takes with the bishop, and now he is attacking your king and the rook. So bishop defends the king, and now bishop takes the rook. Now he is happy that he has gained the rook, but he has lost the game. Why? Because after this move, bishop to g4, this is attacking his queen, and his queen has no safe squares because there is nothing who can blockade this bishop attack, and he cannot take the bishop because once he takes, we will grab his queen, and now we are up a material attacking this bishop also. So that's the Falkbeer Gambit. Now let's move to the next trap. Now the next trap is in the Budapest Gambit variation, that is Fajarowicz variation. So it starts with e5 and knight to f6, and after this c4. So now you will offer him e5 pawn, and once he takes, he is attacking your knight. You will defend it by playing to knight to e4, and now he will develop his knight. Now you will try to develop your bishop by playing this, but this is a blunder as per the white's perspective. Why? Because after this move, knight queen to d5, he is attacking your knight and also the rook. So here you have to sacrifice your one of the material. So we will sacrifice our bishop by playing bishop to d2, and now once he takes, what you will do is try to trap his queen. So the first way is play knight to c6, and now queen has only one square to go, so he will move here, and now you can trap his queen by bringing your knight to c5. But By this you will blockade this square from the bishop so he can escape. So first you have to develop your bishop and give check. Now you, the white is in check, so he will block his check by the bishop, and now you will play knight here, and now is all the squares are covered, so he is only left with one square. So that one square is b5, and now before pushing your a pawn, let's first capture the white's bishop. Now we are capturing his bishop, he can take with the knight, and now we will play a2, and now his queen is captured. Why? Because all the squares are covered, so he has to take one of our knights, and now his queen is gone off the board. So that's the beauty of Fajarowicz variation in the Budapest Gambit. Now let's come to our next trap. So now in the next trap, it is also in the Budapest Gambit, and after this knight move, what if he doesn't play the normal knight move? So there's a trap for this also. Let's start from the starting. Now after d5, you will play knight to f6, and after c4, you will invite him to capture your e4 pawn, and once he captures, you will play here. And now what he doesn't play here and play move a3, and doesn't invite your bishop to come here and give check. So here you will offer one more pawn after d6, and once he takes, you will take with the bishop, and now you are clearing off this file, so nothing comes in between the queens. Now if he is unaware of the trap, he will play a normal developing move, knight develops, and now you sacrifice your knight, and after this sacrifice, you are attacking both his rook and the queen, so he must take, and once he takes, now he is gone bishop, because after this bishop to g3, your his queen is gone, because the king cannot come back, so he has to take it, and whatever by which way he takes, either by the pawn or the king, he will take his queen, and queen is off the board. So let's come to the next trap. Now the next trap is Albin Counter-Gambit, and it starts with b4, d5, and once he attacks our pawn with c4, we will counterattack by e5 pawn, and now once he takes this our d5 pawn, we can simply attack by our queen, and the material is balanced, so he will instead capture my e5 pawn, and now he is already attacking our d5 pawn, so we will move it ahead, and now we are stopping knight to develop, so he will play pawn to e3 and try to get rid of this pawn. Now if we take, he can capture our queen, and now we will lose our castling rights, so we will not take it, but instead play a move that is giving check to the king. Now he will defend it by bishop, and we will take this pawn. You can see that this bishop is undefended, so he can take it, and once he takes, we'll play a rare move, that is pawn captures and giving check. Now if he takes, you can simply take his queen, so he will not take, but instead come here. Now most of you must be thinking that bishop is screwing the queen. This is not a trap, and now you will lose the game, because knight can come here, and now everything is up for the white. So you have to, so here you have to remember a key move, that you have to promote and not to the queen, because once you promote to a queen, he will take your queen, and once you capture, he will again take your queen, and now material is almost balanced. So the key move is under promoting to a knight and giving check. Once he takes your knight, you will now play bishop to g4, and now you are screwing his queen, and once he moves back, you can take this, and this is queen off the board. So guys, these were all the 6 traps to capture the opponent's queen from the black's perspective. Also, if you want to learn from the white's perspective, you can click on here, and the video will open, and you will learn from the white side also. Hope you like the video. Do like, share and subscribe for more such content. Love you all guys. Goodbye.